This presentation will be an overview of the Irish immigration to the United States. Why did the Irish want to leave their home country in the first place? There are two main factors that drove them out of Ireland. One is that there was a major famine that decimated all of the potato crops, thus leaving them with a bruised economy. Another is that the Irish were degraded by the British and were seen as the equivalent to a white Negro. This was true because the Irish were Catholic and the British were Protestant. The British had rule over the Irish and were anti-Catholic, which resulted in the penal laws, which stripped Irish Catholics of their rights, including the ability to serve in the army, hold government office, vote, buy land, attend school, or practice the religion of Catholicism. Because Ireland's economy was absorbed by Britain because of the Act of the Union, the harvest dropped, leading to the famine. The trip to the United States. The Irish's trip to the U.S. was a lengthy boat ride across the Atlantic Ocean. The quarters were very cramped, disease-ridden, and quarrels often brewed between those of different ethnicities. This can be seen in this picture, when the Russian, the Negro, the German, the Irishman, and the Englishman and the Irishman are all together in the same boat, and the Irishman is here fighting with Uncle Sam as they are heading to the United States. Though the images of these people may be stereotypical, they paint a picture of what it was really like to travel transatlantic. The arrival to the U.S. Upon their arrival to the U.S., the Irish were starry-eyed with all the opportunities that awaited them. Shown in this picture, with this man and the woman, and these men pointing to New York City and what opportunities lay for them. Also, the Statue of Liberty, shown here in the background, was a representation of how New York City was a melting pot of immigrants coming across the Atlantic at that time. The Irish-American experiences. Though the U.S. had a much more stable economy than Ireland, the Irish were unable to escape their experiences with the Irishman stereotype, which depicted them as happy, lazy, stupid, drunk dancers. Personally, that sounds more like current definitions of a leprechaun than a person to me, but I don't know. But this therefore exposes the one-dimensionality of the prejudice. The Irish-American contributions. Proving that they are more than a stereotype, the Irish made contributions to the United States. Among those was the fact that they made up approximately one-third of the American population from 1820 to 1860, which provided an economic boost as they gave the U.S. many workers and consumers. Also, they yielded a cultural integration of Irish traditions, such as St. Patrick's Day, which is still celebrated today. The Irish immigrants compared to modern-day immigrants. In both circumstances, immigration is challenging. Now, it is all about the endless paperwork, classes, and other countless hoops that people need to jump through to become a legal U.S. citizen. However, back then, it was physically demanding to get here. There was no internet, so one could not simply make arrangements of where they would stay, how they would find work, or eat, or etc. In both cases, it takes a long while to feel like you truly belong in the place you emigrated to. Also, the stereotypes do not help this already difficult process, which the Irish experienced in the 1800s and, for example, the Mexican immigrants experience today. Not all Irish were drunken slobs, and most Mexicans are not the drug-dealing criminals they are made out to be today. And to conclude my presentation, here are my references.